All right, guys. It looks like I think we are ready to go with the co-op Blackout bingo TAS. So, Nitro, go ahead and take it away.
Well, let me start by answering Gan's question in chat right here. This is a project that we started like a month and a half ago, something like that. So it was very last minute for a project like that, and also somewhat ambitious for such a short time. We spent like 2 to 3 weeks just in the planning phase, which is kind of very different than normal bingo, where you only have like the 2 minutes before before you actually start doing the thing. So we spent 3 weeks doing the planning, the routing, and figuring out the best possible route. And after that, it took me like 3 more weeks of intensive work, day after day, no break, just doing the thing. So I've put basically my soul into this. I really hope you'll enjoy what you're going to see today. And on that note, I guess we are already ready to start. So the best thing to do would be for Faulty to give us the countdown as he starts the video on the stream machine.
Sure, I can do that. All right. In 3, 2, 1, go.
Okay, so
it's been mentioned in chat a few times, but this is the same board as the last bingo we just saw.
Indeed. So what you're going to see here is obviously fewer re-entries in a few levels.
Sorry, Rui. And yeah, we're skipping the conventional, because in normal bingo, usually you'll watch intro cutscenes to plan out what you're doing. It's unnecessary here, just be wasted time, so we're skipping that convention. And then immediately diverging, as you can probably expect.
There might
I'd say
be issue
you
with
should...
the volume here. I don't know. I don't know if Faulty's looking into that, but anyway.
Yeah.
We are...
Look on the left. Indoor lamps is done.
Volume is better now, cool. Right, so yeah, we're doing indoor lamps on the left and collecting gems on the right. So if you look at the board, you can probably see with column 3, row 2, and column 4, row 3, that indoor and outdoor lamps both synergize with Robotica, which gives us an idea that left TAS is going to be headed into Winter Tundra. We have actually routed this in a similar way that Wet and Rui did, where only one of the two players is going to be moving on, is going to be going to Winter Tundra, and the other is going to focus on the early and mid-game Ladybug Proxy. And throughout this test, we're going to try to just direct your attention wherever something interesting is happening or a goal is being completed.
So, check out the right task right now. There's a cool little trick coming up.
Indeed.
And power jump.
Ground to
stand-up lever portal.
So blue TAS is currently going to Idle Springs. The goal here is going
and on the right,
on the right, a little proxy to go to Ocean Speedway. The goal in Idle Springs is going to be to collect 250 gems, light up a rocket, and exit. 250 gems, in order to collect them efficiently, requires us to go underwater. We don't have swim yet, so we're just
snipe the rocket.
Snipe the rocket, indeed.
Ocean Speedway going to be a little fast.
So on the left side, you'll see a double fish in about 5 seconds if you're interested in that stuff.
Woo! Whee!
And on the right, we have Ocean completed as efficiently as we can. Unfortunately, I forgot to take notes of what the final end times were. So if you guys were curious about that, just ask me later, and I'm going to have an answer for you, but currently...
Yeah, that fish proxy was the only time redfish have ever been useful. There's a small little proxy coming up on the left. Just the teeniest, tiniest proxy. There we go.
I like to call it the boop. On the right side, the Ocean Speedway route is going to be slightly different than what you can usually see RTA, because there's an optimization with one ring that is, in fact, really difficult to do RTA, but we're TAS, so
A little boop on the
we're gonna
left.
do it. Indeed. So getting a few rings as they are shrinking allows us to actually get another ring earlier.
There's going to be another scenery proxy on the left coming up very shortly after this power jump. There you go. And don't look away from the left-hand side yet.
Indeed. The left screen is going to do Turtle Soups 1 and 2, well, specifically Turtle Soup 2 here. So first of all, starting with a turtle proxy up to the top, and then a lot of swag. So if you have nowhere else to look, the left side is going to be interesting for about a minute. But before that, I would strongly suggest that you watch the start of Aquaria Towers on the green side / right side.
But Nitrof, you don't have swim.
I don't have swim. I don't need swim. You don't need swim anyway in Aquaria if you're doing.
Yeah.
But we, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And if you look to Turtle Soup 2 as well, there is some chaos happening. How much fun did you have tassing this part, Nitrof?
Tassing it wasn't that fun. Rewatching it after that, like every time I was tassing maybe 1 or 2 seconds at a time, and then going back to the start, rewatching it, and every time I rewatch it, it was just more and more excited to see the rest. Because the more I progressed, the more turtles there were just flying around the screen, and I loved it.
That's how we all felt playing that challenge when we were younger.
Oh yeah, front proxy out of
proxy.
bounds.
Now the blue side fighting Crush.
Well, the left side is doing a strat that really is what we do RTA anyway, just getting out of bounds by charging, holding up and right, waiting until we break the invisible barrier. Force field, as I like to call it. So basically a bit of downtime for now. While the blue TAS is going to finish Crush, green TAS is going to head into not Colossus, sorry, Hurricos. Oh,
it's going into Sunny first.
Oh, you're right. This is only Aquaria. We just got all the orbs in Aquaria Towers on the green side. We're going to be doing Sunny Beach for Turtle Soup 1. Again, more Turtle Soup.
Oh, the board's not filling in. I don't think the script is working.
Oh, it's filling in for me.
Oh, there we go. Just saw it. Okay. For some reason, I thought a goal was already accomplished. So yeah, if you missed the turtle proxy the first time...
Here we go again. There you go.
So didn't you find something out about the baby turtles while you were tassing this, Nitrof?
They're RNG. They jump around. And the best strategy for a TAS is to shoot a fireball over the baby turtles, but if it so happens that you have a different RNG where one of the baby turtles jumps right in front of the fireball, then it desyncs. That was annoying.
That was a nasty surprise for you, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Alright, so left TAS is now turning and going into Crystal Glacier. Almost said Crystal Islands, that's the wrong level. And the right one, as we foreshadowed earlier, is going into Hurricos now.
But before that, a little frog proxy to get on top of the portal.
Minimal swag.
Minimal.
You know, a second frog proxy to get into Hurricos faster doesn't actually mean anything, right?
Nothing. Nothing at all. And it's definitely the last frog proxy you'll see throughout this set.
No more frog proxies.
Not
Also, don't
even
look away from
double
the
frog
right.
proxies.
There's a proxy coming up. There you go. Take that
And the
14
proxy
tally.
to the left. In fact, another proxy, a hover proxy to get into that room quickly. Left
Take
side is
that
getting
14
250 gems and Draklets here. And meanwhile, the right TAS is just working towards the 18
And
power
2
up.
Draclet snipes right here. 1, 2. Just in time for the power up to open up. And that's the power up in Hurricos.
And that's everything in Summer Forest that you'll see today.
One last thing.
I mean, yeah, there's...
There you go. Had to stand on the portal, and one more frog proxy. We lied to you when we said there were no more frog proxies. Now there are no more frog proxies. You good?
Yep.
And you'll see there's a lot of stuff for Skelos on the board. So we'll be spending a while in Skelos here.
Mm-hmm.
But not on this task, this one's just getting the rocket. But don't look away from the left-hand side yet.
Oh, definitely don't.
You want to explain what just happened?
Double frog proxy is the best way I can put it.
Don't look away
And
yet.
another.
Okay, now there are no more frog proxies.
So the left side is needs to do Earthshapers now, which, as you may remember, Earthshapers usually requires you to have Head Bash, but if you Death Abuse after the Alchemist challenge, you can actually trick Hunter into still trying to do the challenge, and since we have Fireball, we can complete it no problem. In the meantime, we will have a lot of time to lose, so we're going to be collecting gems throughout the level just to speed up Winter Tundra later on. On the right side, Green TAS, is finally entering Summer 4. Autumn Plains, I struggle there. It's finally entering Autumn Plains, and it's going to be finishing everything in skills that Blue TAS didn't do before.
So everything but the rocket, but it still needs to do the equivalent of the rocket because we need all the gems.
Correct. So you'll see a few snipes killing all the enemy quickly.
And for those of you who are bingo inclined, the left TAS is now Sparksless. That's required in order to do the Earthshapers without Head Bash. Or at least to speed it up.
Mm-hmm.
Also a Lizard Proxy on the right, easy to miss.
Also, you're going to see Catbat Proxy with Fireball, just as a warning. That's not something that's easy. Catbat Proxy is kind of easy to do-ish with fire, normal fire, but if you have to charge or Fireball the Catbat, it doesn't quite work as well. But it's still possible.
And there you go. Minimal swag.
Left side is now headed to Gulp.
In the exact way you would imagine.
Exact way.
Which is exactly what you would not expect.
Another Catbat.
Yeah, very quick little gulp skip. And that's all power-ups and Skelos done now.
Indeed. And soon to be all gems, which will complete 2 goals at once. Row 4, column 5, and row 5, column 3, I believe.
There you go. Every time I watch the right side TAS, I always miss which fireball hits the mystery gem, the mystery jar. So with Gulp defeated.
Oh wait, there was another frog proxy?
Yeah.
Who could have seen that coming?
Why would you believe me when I say there are no more frog proxies? Also, 100% Zephyr.
Oh yeah.
Just saying, that's not going to be interesting at all.
Nah. You should definitely look away. Don't! I mean, there's stuff happening that's interesting on the left side as well, but
Yeah, we'll try and point them out as they happen.
just nice gem collection. But yes, proxies.
Yeah. That was a few little squeeze proxies that you could have missed in Zephyr right there.
Mm-hmm. There's a penguin proxy incoming on the left, after, of course, the ground to portal on Canyon Speedway, just to get that orb.
This is probably the most information-intensive part of the run.
Uh-huh. So while something's happening here, left side, you're going to see the fountain jumps in the form of a powered double jump into a powered charge jump into a double jump to the end of level orb. Nothing too special. Just know that it's going to look very smooth.
And that's the end of Mystic Marsh. But Cowlix, I think, deserves your attention more.
Yeah.
Everyone who's played this game wants to see
also
this.
Also, this bird proxy right there.
Mm-hmm. But there's a little something coming up on the left, though.
Yeah. Left side is currently headed to Cloud Temples. To get there, we don't have enough orbs, so we're going to be going from out of bounds. And as you might guess, the fastest way is to Penguin Proxy. And with the magic of Fireball, we get the Penguin to us and not the other way around. And now, yeah, if you have to watch anything, it's the right side now.
There's a little jump at the beginning of Cloud Temples that I think is worthy of your attention to.
There's things to watch all over. Okay, so set your left eye on the left TAS and your right eye on the right TAS, and don't blink.
Charge jump, double jump, and you cross it without killing the Warlock.
Okay, Cowlix.
Yeah, there we go. This is the Cowlix. Every fireball is important.
While that's happening, we just saw Cloud Temple's TAS actually shoot a fireball to nowhere. That was to light up the rocket. Trust me, the rocket is lit up. You might even hear it happening, and the gems...
The chest, yeah, the hard chest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're collecting the gems there and never fireballed the chest, so that's your proof.
And yeah, Cowlix are done, by the way, in case you blinked and missed it.
Spyro.
And that's the end of level orb in Cloud, and the end of the level with 250 gems exactly.
Meanwhile, in Zephyr, we are still collecting the last few gems to complete the level. It's not over yet. There's still like 3 proxies to go. Actually, 2 now that we've gotten 1 out. And left side is now headed to Metropolis, which is also locked, so we're going to have to go from out of bounds. And as you might guess, another penguin proxy will get us there.
You bring the penguin to you. A little bird proxy as well on the right.
With Fireball, instead of chasing after your proxy source or pursuing your proxy source, we always try to bring the proxy source to us, which makes everything so much more fluent, and I love it.
And that Zephyr, I timed it the other day, but I forget the time now. I think it was like a 4:13 or something like that. It's very fast.
So Metropolis here, we're going to be getting 100%. After 100% Zephyr, that's basically another treat. Unfortunately, we don't have climb, so we can't use the fastest possible route, but still, it's going to be worth watching. quick UFOs. Meanwhile, a Metro Speedway
What
is
UFOs?
happening.
There were no UFOs.
There were no UFOs, you're right. Metro Speedway ending in like a 28.06, I believe.
So fast.
Last little snipe.
And a head bash just because.
Just because, well, we have head bash now, so we are gonna use it. Oh yeah, left side is cleaning up the gems in that room, and it's gonna be headed to the Ox. Meanwhile, right side is finishing the first column goal with the Metro Orb.
Shoutouts to Tyzera. I was thinking of you when I remembered this strat. That little metropolis out of bounds is lost to history, but not anymore.
Excellent.
And yeah, left side, if you have noticed, is finally completing goals. It had gone without completing a single goal for a while, but now it's...
Another frog proxy, by the way.
Oh yeah, that was the final frog proxy. I think.
You know, this time I'm sure it is.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, on the left now, the last level entry going into Robotica.
First we get an
After
orb.
getting this orb, of course. And getting that 2 gem on the last frame. No one believes me anymore when I say it's the last one. Guys, it was the last one.
Meanwhile, the right TAS is clearing up Breeze Harbor trolley with a few proxies on the way because we can, because we're TAS, because it's cool.
Postman problem reinvented.
On the left side, we finally get to see Robotica with 250 gems and all orbs. All orbs require us to kill a few enemies, like 15 in total. And the rocket, that fireball right there was to light up the rocket.
If
We
you
got
want proof,
2,000 gems on the left side just there.
if you want proof, listen. There's a break.
And final destination for the right task is Shady Oasis, where we're going to be completing, like, I think five goals. Or
Yeah, something
4.
like that. There's a lot.
Meanwhile, a little bit of supercharge on the left, always worth watching. And the goals in Shady are 250 gems, Lamp Thieves, Invincibility power-up, 18 power-up.
And rocket.
Not the rocket has already been done on the left side.
Oh, right. I was thinking back to Wedding Ruiz, that's my bad. Also Peacock Proxy. Who was it that was telling us they wanted to see us do this not the normal way? I think it was Phoenix. Sorry to say we are going the normal way.
The left side is currently done with almost all of its goal, and it has kind of to wait for the right side. So I went ahead and tried to sync them up a little bit.
It looks so good.
Also, Penguin Proxy like you've never seen before.
Thanks for bringing.
Get ready on time.
Yeah, time is coming up soon.
Time.
Time.
And that was it, guys. I hope you have enjoyed what you just saw. This was a lot of effort, but I'm really happy how it turned out. Final time, apparently 23 minutes and 23 seconds, so props to Rui for guessing the 23. And I believe Phoenix was taking notes of the guesses in chat, so if anyone was really close, he'll be able to tell us. He tried to. So yeah. That
was
was it.
absolutely wonderful. I am so glad that we were able to get this in. I would like to just thank you, Nitrof, for putting so much effort into this task. I know it was a lot of work, and especially in the short time frame, it was, yeah, just a lot to do, and I cannot appreciate it enough for letting us get to see this as part of the event. So thank you, Silver, for also participating in that. And I think Nguyen helped out as well, and a few other taskers. I can't remember everybody's name, so I don't want to try to leave people out. Thank you as well for being involved and helping get this done. Because yeah, great way to get towards the end of the marathon. Anything else you guys want to say before we transition out?
I just want to say, oh, sorry, go ahead.
do want to say that the original goal of the TAS event for Spyrothon was going to be some kind of context across multiple people. Unfortunately, we didn't get many people stepping up and telling us that they wanted to participate. What we hoped with this is to show that there is potential for a lot of variety with testing Spyro 2 Bingo, and we hope that people that were hesitant with trying out their hands at testing will find the courage, maybe find the motivation to step up next year, because we're going to try to recreate something like this, not something of this magnitude. As I said, I worked 3 weeks almost nonstop to create this, but if we can scale this down for it to be accessible to many more people, and if we have enough participants next year, we really hope to have some kind of contest going on with a lot of upcoming testers in the community. And that's all I had to say.
Great. Yeah. Silver, do you have anything?
Yeah, I just wanted to say that I just did some of the routing. The legwork was done by this guy. He deserves all the praise.
Truly a master of Spyro.
Also, I'd like to give a shout out to Nguyen, who was a tremendous help also with routing and giving me ideas for tricks and everything. When I do testing on my own, I have a lot to think about and sometimes miss a lot of things that other people already knew about that are fast. So having Nguyen there as my basically knowledge base for all things tricks, TAS only, whatever, was also very helpful.
Certainly. And yeah, like Nitrof mentioned, we definitely want to get more tasking going on. I think there's a lot of opportunities in Spyro 2 with Bingo and the other games as well. I think there's a lot of untapped stuff that could be very interesting. We saw the Vortex task. I can't remember if it was Spyrothon 5 or the showcase. I think it was Spyrothon 5 from Xander Toaster, which was also wonderful. I think it's a great example of just how different these kinds of things can be. So if you are at all interested in tasking, definitely give it a go. But yeah, one more time, I'd like to say thank you, Nitrof and Silver, for presenting this task for us, and especially Nitrof for getting it done. And yeah, that's going to be it for this. Now we are going to move on. We've got one last run remaining in the marathon, and that's going to be Spyro 3 Any Percent in the Reignited Trilogy, run by Zik. We'll be right back with that in a few minutes. So stay tuned, and we hope to see you then.